Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the live. Oh, sorry, this time difference is kicking my butt. And you know I've been doing nothing but eating and getting more weight I have to lose. I'm about to start on a fast tomorrow because I've been enjoying myself a little bit too much. Like, y'all, if you guys are on my Instagram, you know I'm always posting food stuff, but I've been eating 6 times more. Half the time I forget to even film what I'm eating, but just trust me, I'm eating. Anyway, let's say what's up to everybody in here. Hey, what's up, dear Dana? Let's go through. Hey, B. Hey, Coast. Hey, Mystical Pisces said my salad is almost done. I'm gonna wait before I start sipping my cocktail. Hey, Michelle A. What's up, Latonya? B, my girl, how are you? Lily, what's going on, girl? Nicole Spam, Fox Counselor, how are you doing? Let's get into this. Dennis Blackman, Tosh Grant, what's up, mama? Latanya Woods, y'all, are you guys ready for, hey, Miss Main Event? I'm just gonna circle through people so everybody sees what's going on. Hi to everybody. Yo, Reggie, what's up? Okay, let's get into it. Reggie's like, enough of this nonsense. Why did I miss that? Hey, DC. Okay, listen, we're going to get into what? The Real Housewives of Potomac recap first. Does that sound about right to y'all? Yeah, let's do that first, right? Before I pass out on this. Hi, guys. Okay, Tanya Alexander. Hey, Paula Jones. What's going on? Thank you so much for the super chat, Reggie. I appreciate it. Also, shout out to my mods, of course, dear Dana. B, of course, if you want to. Hey, creators, what's going on? Fave investigative reporter. I should get sweatshirts to say that. Leave it to me to get a sweatshirt for my own channel, right? Okay, you guys, right? Hey, Kevin. Okay, listen. We're going to have to do the Real Housewives of Potomac first. We'll get into Porsha and terribly, moderately middle-class Simon Cambodia. And I'm not shaming anybody for being middle class, but I am going to dig into Simon's ass because it's fun. Okay, so listen. Hey, what's up, Tanchi from the UK, right? Thank you so much. Yes, I am going to get some merch, and I'm going to be the only one wearing that shit. Next time you guys see me, I'm going to have a Scully, I'm a sweatshirt, I'm going to have a scarf, I'm going to have everything, and I'm going to be drinking out of a mug. This is apple juice. I'm going to be drinking out of a mug like, you know. Okay, so here we go. But first, let's do the Real Housewives of Potomac recap. Did anybody watch Real Housewives of Potomac? Yo, Mia is out of her mind. Mia is out of her mind. See, here's the thing. I have a sixth sense for this type of stuff. When I was watching the Encore and the first episode, I was like, yo, those twins are a problem, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I like everybody on Encore, right? But I was like, yo, those twins are a problem. They're quick kicking on Keely. Keely isn't as bad as everybody makes her seem. Everybody's like, shut up. Keely's the worst. We love the twins. And now look at this. Nivea done fled in tears. They're asking Keely for help. And we now see the twins for what they are, which is not to say that they're anything bad, but you get me. When Mia first walked in on Real Housewives, what's wrong with my lighting? When Mia first walked in on Real Housewives of Potomac, I was like, yeah, Mia's out of her mind. Yo, do you guys know what's going on with Candlegate? Now let's get into this. Let's go through this. Hey, TBSO. Hey, Ari. Let's see. Creators. Mia is dingy. No. I mean, listen, that's a trigger word for me because everybody called me dingy when I was younger. So it's a trigger word. Okay. So listen. Oh, did Nivea perform? I love Nivea's voice for Don't Mess with Man. But listen, I took notes. So let's get into the review, the recap for our pit. And then Lily, I'm going to hear about Nivea's performance. I know it was good, right? Let's go. Natalie keeps trying to get me to admit that I am a Libra just because I was like, yeah, haha, shout out. You hit it on the nose, you guys. I just be saying that. I feel akin to all signs. And even anyway, if I was a Libra, I wouldn't admit it until I got to 20,000. So I know that was a very Gemini thing to say, but here we go, right? Creator, as you said, I was called dingy as a teenager too. Exactly. It's a trigger word. It's a trigger word, you know. So listen, the recap starts with, right, Robin and Juan sleeping in for the kids for 3 minutes, right? So it starts off with Robin sleeping in, Juan coming to yell at Robin like, yo, come on, get it together because she's not getting the kids up. Now, here's the thing. what the hell's so wrong about what Robin's doing? The commute from your schoolroom to maybe because I'm always the person running late for work and I'll have to be to work at when I used to work like a 9 to 5, I had to be to work at like 9 a.m. and I would literally be waking up at 8:17, literally getting dressed and shit. And yeah, I could have skipped makeup and just ran to work, but you know me. If anybody knows me, if you ever see me walking around with no eyebrows and no mascara on, you know the end of the world has happened and I'm going through. So I'm a woman on the edge and don't push me. If you see me without eyebrows on in real life, either something bad happened to someone I care about and I have to rush out, or I just decided I just don't give a fuck about life and don't test me. That's where I am, right? That's the way I am. So for a chronically late person, I was like, well, shut up. You act like Robin got those kids smoking 40s and drinking 40s and smoking blunts. Like she's shaking them away and she's putting them in front of the computer. I mean, come on, stop it. Stop it, Juan. Like, stop these shenanigans, right? Now, here's the thing, right? So that's it, right? So then we get Giselle and Ashley are meeting up. Y'all, I am so, and I'm going to take comments and I'm just going to go through this real quick and then we'll do comments. And I think I can send links to everybody to call in. There's a few people that I promised links. If I can't figure out this live, I'll do it another live, right? But I'm going to try to do it this live. Then we have Giselle and Ashley sitting, y'all. Ashley is definitely doing a Gemini rehab the way I think she enjoys being pregnant. But even after she has the baby, in every scene, even in Bravo behind the scenes, she has that baby on her lap, which everyone's like, oh, Ashley's just being a good mother. To which I say that's bullshit because Ashley has a full-time nanny. That is the storyline. And even before that, her friend last season was her nanny with Dean. Ashley has her babies there because nobody can get with her. Nobody can say anything nasty and nobody can call herself out. It's smart, but it only works so much. Do you see what I'm saying? So now she got the nanny with Dean, and in Bravo behind the scenes, she got Dylan. I think that's the baby's name. Dylan bouncing on life. Ashley, the shit is getting old. Put the baby down. Or at the very least, no, because you can't go on with somebody while they're holding their baby, right? Let's see. What'd you say? Robin was sleeping late because she's packing boxes all night with part-timers while Juan was home with the kids. Juan wants her to work 2 shifts to his 1 shift. Yo, I never thought about it. This is why I like the live. I never thought about that. Being pregnant is beautiful, but it wears you down. Okay, true. B, my question is, why can't Juan pick up the slack? That's a good question. See, here's the thing. Let's do this in order because who said it really, right? AC Bum, right? Robin is sleeping late because she's packing boxes all night with part-timers while Woman's home with the kids. Yeah, I never thought about that. Robin is, and I don't know if she's making up for it, because if y'all remember, when they first started, she lost all of Juan's money by investing it without Juan's permission with his business manager, which isn't funny. I don't know why I giggle, but the business manager ended up killing himself. So, because all the money went like whatever, right? That's a good point, right? So Robin woke up to get mic'd, let cameramen set up in her bedroom, went back to sleep, and then woke up again and talk about being lazy. Giannis, I would do it. I would do it. It's believable to me because I would do that. When I am sleepy and I meet my sleep, I don't care. I don't care who's around. I don't care what's going on. I mean, granted, if you're company the first time, but those cameraman's been through with them through season 1, they're pretty much like family. I would get mic'd up too and crawl right back into the bed and put that cover over my head, just like Robin did, just like they did, right? Okay, so the teacher shading parents, Juan and Robin about the child logging in late. Let's move on from this, but I do think that internet school is bullshit. I think they should have given every kid an A. I don't think it's that serious unless you're 5, 6, 7, or 8 learning colors. I don't think a year off is really going to change anything, but you know how that is, right? What did Reggie say? I agree with Nikki Star TV. If Ashley is pregnant 1 more season, she should be a friend of the show. But did Nikki Star say that? I haven't watched her thing in so long. I love Nikki Star TV, but when I do recaps, it really breaks my stream of what I think is going on because I listen to so many great people that by the end of it, I'm just repeating what they said. So I try to hold off on watching. I agree that if she's pregnant 1 more season, she should be a friend of the show. I agree. First, she was doing image rehab, and now she is just coaxing through, right? Look at one side of the bed, it's not slept in. Y'all mad. Listen, let's move on to Giselle and Ashley, right? Ashley being messy, rubbing her belly, and she loves to waddle in. Ashley, shut up. You just see somebody faking the pregnant person waddle. Anyway, she says that she's just that Mia said that Giselle was just a pretty face at Karen at the whatever, right? Here's the funny thing. I have heard a lot of people say Giselle is a pretty face, but rather I think Giselle is an example of a woman that Giselle is an example of a woman that let time pass her by. Because here's the thing, Giselle is not just a pretty face. She's very charismatic. She even commands a scream in Real Housewives of Potomac. She has this charisma to her. That's why Jamal married her. That's why she was the first lady. Now, do I think that she let Jamal use up all her blessings for his benefit? Absolutely. But that's the thing. As long as a woman's alive, she can go get more. But when I say she's a pretty face, no, I think she's the epitome of, hey, Sharon, thank you so much. What about breakfast for the kids before learning? Sharon, listen, I'll bring the kids a bowl of Captain Crunch. Listen, I know what you're saying, what about the breakfast for kids? But honestly, maybe because I'm the type of person, when I first wake up in the morning, I don't even get hungry until 2 in the afternoon. This could be why I have weird eating habits, because I do stay up eating till 1, 2 in the morning. But it takes me until 2 in the afternoon to actually get hungry. You know what I'm saying? So for a kid to skip breakfast, I don't know. I've never been a breakfast person. I wasn't raised in a breakfast household. So maybe for some people that is like a sin against God. I don't know. Right? I agree. Them boys are big enough to feed themselves. That's why my parents were like, please, you better figure something else, right? So listen, Mia did not lie about Giselle. Giselle considers herself just a pretty face. Her profile shows a close-up on her eyes, which shows you her values lies and her beauty, nothing else. Giannis, you know what? I have to disagree with you with that. If Giselle was just a pretty face, we won't be talking about her every week. Giselle is more than a pretty face. She has charisma. Giselle's problem is she is the epitome of a woman that was raised to be, behind every good man is a strong woman. She gave all her blessings to Jamal. She used all her blessings to be first lady and help Jamal build up that church. But the thing is, when Jamal divorced her, he still had all the acclaim that she helped him build, and Giselle had to go somewhere else. It's like that with a lot of women in Giselle's age group and Karen's age group, where you help them build. And then when they set you out the pastor, what do you have? That's why these new girls are up on it, because like the Mias, right? However old Mia is, right? She's getting somebody to actually invest in her. Yeah, she knows that she's a trophy, but she's also trying to build something. So if what was his name? Lily's boyfriend, let me not tell any gossip. Lily is not messing with Mia's husband. I just said she's always like, Lily does recaps, Red Lipstick Hustler, and she's always like, that's a handsome man. And every time I do that, I just sit there giggling like, okay, Lily. But if he ever leaves her, Mia's going to be straight. Maybe not in the heart, but she'll be straight in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right? I think there are several layers to Giselle. Yeah, I do think that there's 7 layers keeping under lock. And I do think that because she's been hurt and abused, and I think because Jamal got in her head so much, she really holds off on who to show them to. Do you know what I'm saying? Like most Virgos, right? If a Virgo either messes with you or they don't, but if they don't, you'll never actually see the real them, Yana said Giselle mentally peaked in college. That was her error. I think she stuck out. I don't think so. I don't know. Listen, Giselle is no angel. She has her shit with her, but so does Karen. Anyway, right? So we do that. So then we go over to, So we go over to Robin's hats, right? They're packing them up. The business is supposed to be thriving. I knew that as much as Karen clowned those hats, I knew they would be good. They're baseball caps, but baseball caps are always in style to some age group, right? I remember like 5 years ago, the 20-year-olds were wearing like the duckbills. Now it's the 30, the 40, the 50s. Those duckbill hats are always in style to some age group. Always. They are a classic. It might not be all of them at once, but and it's satin lined, y'all. I have weak edges myself, so I know for a fact anything satin lined. I'm like, well, maybe I'll get one. Even if I get one just to throw it under the bed, I'll get one, right? Now, right? Yeah, you almost bought one, Jackie F. Exactly. Yeah, especially old people. Listen, RS, it is what it is. And they got satin inside the embed. Listen, I know they're embezzled hats, but if I hear satin lined, I'm like, I'm in. We're going to talk about Candlegate in a second. I'm working up to the slow build, right? So then they got Asaka. I should know her name, right? We have the new girl. How do you say her name? Askia. The new girl and Wendy come walking in, right? Now, Robin is sitting there. Because here's the thing, Robin's a low-key hater, but in a really funny way. The way she was like, first you're a professor, and now you're this, and now you want to sell candles. Like, what are you doing for yourself? I didn't, and a lot of people being like, yo, Wendy's a professor, she's selling candles. I did not know that having a side hustle was so frowned upon. I thought that's who did side hustles. People that have 9-to-5s that want to leave 9-to-5s. Because here's the thing with Wendy. This is my opinion for Wendy. The chest, the butt, yeah, if you like it, I love it. But I feel like Wendy is a hot girl inside. She wants the attention, but her mom was like, girl, you better get a career the family can be proud of. So she went into the most hot girl thing she could do in academia was to become an on-air correspondent. But then she finally got the courage to live her truth and was like, listen, yeah, I'm smart, but I still want to be known for being sexy. I still want to be known for having a nice body. I still want to be that girl, right? And good for her. But do y'all feel like there's a big thing between selling candles and being a professor? If anything, I would think professors had a candle line. Like if Wendy was saying, yo, I'm Simon Gabati and I'm rich, come check on this. And I'd be like, well, then why are you like trying to sell candles? But even then I wouldn't even doubt that because I was like, all right, so you're into a new business. I don't get that. Right? Exactly. Everybody sells candles. Everybody, everything. So that's why I didn't get the way they were trying to act like Wendy's out there peddling like, I don't know, blow up dolls or something. Like it's beneath for like candles. Like really? Like, and also have y'all ever bought a real expensive candles? Those petite candles, like a giant one, are like what, 89, 150? Candles are expensive. And I only found out when I ventured out of CVS, the Glade, the Glade and the Free Breeze candles. I was like, I'm going to upgrade and go get some expensive candles. And I literally walked out the store spending $250. There's certain things I'll splurge money on. I never thought candles would be one of them, but candles are expensive. So if Wendy can get into that game, good for her. But after my little splurge, I was like, let me go back to Febreze, Spring Meadows, and pick up some Glade, the crisp linen. That's my shit. If you walk in my whole house, it's going to be smelling like crisp linen, Let's see. So listen, I think Wendy has the pretense of her being bigger than she is. She isn't done to keep her job or attain tenure. I don't know about that, Kristen Chen. I think she's done enough. Tenure is a weird game. It's really, really hard to get. But no, I think she's done enough to actually be a talking head piece. But then again, with the talking head piece is being plugged into the right PR people, Let's go on to, so what else is going on? We're getting to the Hatgate, right? So Robin's acting confused. I'm looking at my notes, right? Wendy tells Mia the Mia story, how Mia was putting her hands in her face, this and that. And Wendy was like, you're lucky I'm not the old Wendy. And I was like, let me find out Wendy's putting on, right? And so Wendy was like, well, how come you and Juan didn't go? And Robin was like, because Juan didn't want to go. That's why we didn't show up, right? Here's the thing. Wendy, and I want y'all to weigh in on this. Robin is looking at Wendy like, why are you going so hard for Karen? Where last year, Karen even didn't even want to get back with you. Now, here's the thing. Candace is having a redemption season. She's getting a really, really good edit. I'll be honest with you guys. I actually like Candy a lot. I love Candy Patch. You know the way Robin, when she sees Candy, she starts dancing. That's the way I feel when I see Candy. I really, really like Candy's energy, right? And we'll talk about her sit down with Karen because I love the way she handled it, right? But the thing is, Wendy is playing this all wrong. She stepped into the game trying to be neutral. At her dinner, she saw Giselle and Robin ganging up on Karen. I know by what I've seen of Karen probably said to Wendy, let's get an alliance. You don't step on my toes. I won't step on yours. But please, if you see anybody ganging up on me, just say something. Wendy thought she was being neutral. The thing is, Giselle has it out for Karen. So she tried to do that same neutrality shit that she tried with Monique and Candace last season. And oddly enough, we see what happened, but she tried that weird neutrality thing. And Wendy tried to do Karen's version of neutrality, but you can't be neutral when it comes to enemies. You either just got to stay quiet and keep your head down and don't say anything to anyone, or let them go at it. By her trying to be neutral and kind of defend Karen and call off the dogs and then try to defend Giselle, you're literally left on an island on your own. Now, this is actually really interesting. Apple juice. This is actually really interesting because what Candace is trying to warn Wendy about is Karen is out for Karen. The reason why Candace was so hurt by what Candace did, by what Karen did, is because Candace looked at her as a big sis, auntie, second mother. The thing is, Karen is really good at faking. I don't ever think Karen really even liked Candace that much. However, she's trying to get alliances away from Giselle. When Monique beat up Candace, Karen really didn't care because she didn't care that much about Candace, right? However, Monique rose to power, and she saw Karen thought by aligning herself with Monique, she could then get Giselle off the show or even bully Robin off the show. And Candace was collateral damage, not because Karen hated Candace. She just didn't think anything of her. But see, here's how you know that Karen never really liked her and never respected her. Because when Candace was upset, was like, how could you do this? How could you be siding with this girl that humiliated me and all this stuff and told her to burn in hell? Because Karen turned around and acted like she made a death threat and literally tried to get the girl fired. That lets you know you never respected her. You never really liked her. You tolerated her. But as soon as she got out of line, you're like, that's enough. You're out of here. She was like, you know what? You want to talk shit? Your ass is out of here. She thought she had that power. Now, when they sat down, let's get into this. When she sat down, and she went over to Candace's house. And Candace is better than me. I wouldn't have had Karen in my house, but I get it. Candace wanted to be like, yeah, bitch, I'm doing good. You see this? You like this? Yeah. You know, I know you and Ray are still winning. This is what a homeowner looks like. She was doing a Sag flex, right? But the thing is, Karen, it's like there's all these shifting alliances this season. And nobody except for Candace is really reading the room. Because get this. Karen isn't reading the room with Candace because Karen still thinks Candace is this little girl that needs her approval. She has a very low opinion of Candace, just like Monique did, right? For different reasons, still very, very low view of her. She just doesn't like her, right? But she thinks that she's still that same trusting Candace that kind of attached to her because she saw her as a second mother and saw her as comfort. Candace now peeps game, but Karen still is. That's why Karen even said, let's meet and see how we can come to it. Because Karen thinks that Candace is still looking for a mother. And if she talks sweet and talks nice and she's like, what do you need? Are you okay? Candace, I just want to tell you I love you and I honor you. And she gives that soothing mommy energy that she'll be able to get Candace back on her side. But all she cares about is the alliance to get Giselle off the show. Everybody is a pawn in this giant game, and I love it, that Candace and Giselle have going on. That Karen and Giselle have going on. Candace's peak game, and that's one thing about a Saggy. You can get over on Saggy once, but after that, you are never going to get that opportunity again. That's why when you shoot, please take them out because you are never going to get that opportunity. Karen doesn't realize she messed up. She doesn't realize it. She's still, even the way she's like, I sense a peace about you. You seem like you've grown up. And the thing is with Candace, Karen is smart, but Karen is smart, but Candace is actually smarter than Candace. Candy Pants is smarter than Karen. She is. When Candy can take her emotions out of shit, she literally is so smart. Her emotions trip her up. But as she matures, and it's not even matures, as she realized who's her friend and who's not her friend, she was raw emotions because she thought Monique was a friend and she thought Karen was a friend. And she found out none of those bitches liked her and she was on her own. So now she's keeping her emotions for Chris and her mom. And she's dealing with Karen with this cold, hard logic. She's dealing with Karen with this cold, hard logic. And Karen doesn't know what to do with it. I'm telling you, Karen really messed up on that one. But Karen will be all right. But I think that's what's going on. But Candace is trying to tell Wendy, girl, you're trying to play neutral and you're saying it's not working. So you're making an alliance with Karen because you think Karen is your buddy. But Karen has proven to Candace and anyone else, there is not anyone she won't throw under the bus to achieve her goals. So say what you want about Giselle. And yes, Giselle can be cruel sometimes, like Virgos often can if you have very sensitive feelings, right? I'm the type of person, if I walk in a room and a Virgo's like, ooh, Tisa, you look like you're getting chubby, right? I'd be like, girl, shut up. I've been on vacation. Anyway, hand me some more cake. But some people are really, really sensitive when you throw truth like that in their face. And then look at that as cruel. But one thing about Giselle is once she sees you under her umbrella, she will protect you and you are on her team. Karen doesn't have that umbrella. She'll trade you out. So that's what I have about Karen and Giselle and Candace, right? What's the crowd saying? What is the crowd saying? Karen manipulates people's words for her own advantage. She doesn't care if she's lying. She's looking for alliances at her pity party. I agree with you. Candace is no friend to no one. All she wants are lap. Candace? Where does Candace want lapdogs? That's the funny thing. Karen looks like, hey, Natalie, what's good? Love and light. Love and light. Team Libra till we know. Love and light, Natalie. Thank you. Yo, I actually don't find, what is the comment saying? I literally don't find Candace to want lapdogs. I don't. I actually think Candace is a very loving and sweet person. I think she's like most Saggies, brutally honest, really, really blunt, but they will ride out for you. They will fight for you too. Saggy friends, you ever have some friends that you have to fight your own battles? Saggies don't believe in that. Saggies will fight your battles for you if they look at you as their friend. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm a fan of Saggies, right? You got this wrong, T said. Trust me, I've been watching season 1. Karen is a ride or die. Yo, Samira, I disagree. I've been watching since season 1 too. Who has Karen been a ride or die for? Seriously, who has she been a ride or die for? Who? Monique? She just got cool with Monique when she saw Monique was might have been able to take out Giselle. Who is Karen ride or die for that's name wasn't Ray? Or what's her name? Ray's daughter, Raven, or son Ray Jr. I want to know. Yes, Candace is loyal to her fight. That's why her mother and Karen take advantage of her. I grew that. Yes, the back Bill Gates, right? Listen, I see Sagittarius's heart. I'm telling you, Karen wants to play this me type of person. Yo, what? People think that Karen, listen, if you get hurt, and I don't want to bring up the drama from last season, but if you get mollywopped and humiliated and somebody tries to, I don't know if you wear wigs, but if you don't, just imagine, and somebody tries to pull your wig off and humiliate you on national TV, are you going to get over it? If you got your ass beat in front at high school in the class cafeteria, are you going to get over that shit? Or are you going to be crying? Now, here's the thing. Candace has a camera in her face, but if you got your ass beat in 8th grade, in high school, and whatever, in the cafeteria, and it's only the kids from your school, and everybody saw it, would you be traumatized? Would you be hurt? Would you want to do that? So why? Hey, speak, sister. Team Candace, Karen is a social climber, thus she's only out for herself. Generational wealth. That could be it too, but I just don't understand. This is true, right? Listen, here's the thing. Karen is a social climber, but she's a lovable social climber, but she is, let's call a spade, right? She's made it to the top of Potomac society, so she's a good social climber, but she is a social climber. And again, why can't somebody be upset, crying their eyes out? If I got beat up in front of high school, in front of middle school, in front of grade school, and everybody in the high school saw that, I would be beside myself. And if somebody was following me around all day, yeah, you'd see me get in my feelings. You'd see me cry. Now times that by 1,000,000 and getting your ass beat on national television. And you got people in your comments telling you that, you got people in your comments saying you deserved it. You got people running around paying these blogs some of these blogs you see have fallen and gone up in smoke. Paying these blogs to talk shit about you, to make up lies about you. Y'all wouldn't be in your feelings. Y'all stronger than me. I would be crying why I had like my brothers and my cousins on the phone trying to run up in there, right? Mm-hmm. Karen is a friend of Sharice. She turned on her. Yes, she did. And when you come to Karen as a friend of no one, not even Ray, she was talking shit about Ray to Robin and Giselle, saying that he was dried up, shriveled up, you know, and she didn't enjoy. So it is what it is. Listen, I like Monique and Candace. They were both wrong. Monique Moran. Yeah, that's a thing, Fox Counselor. If they were both in the thing, but at the time when Monique hit Candace was on the outs with Giselle and Robin and all those people because she was defending Monique. Candace was trolling around, teasing her. If you're my friend and you're teasing me and I'm teasing you and you put your hands on me, I don't think Candace was wrong. Candace might have been wrong to Ashley. Candace might have been wrong too, but how did her and Ashley get beat? Because she was defending Monique to her. Candace might have been wrong to Giselle or Robin or even with, but with Monique, what did she do to Monique? What did she do? And please don't tell me that story about making up the stuff about the baby, because that wasn't Candace. Candace was not talking to Monique and literally told the grand dame to go give Monique a heads up. And Monique was kissing Giselle's ass because at the end of the day, she didn't care. She thought she was going to make it to the top of the totem pole and then make Giselle and them pay. Instead, Giselle and her Virgo mind got her the fuck out of there, right? What's B saying, right? But surely most grown-ups should have mastered emotional regulation. Yeah, I believe that, most grown-ups should emotional, but again, I don't care if somebody shows their emotions. I don't care if somebody shows their anger. I don't care. But the minute you put your hands on someone, to me, I'm like, okay, well, yeah, you just crossed all lines. You know what I'm saying? It's just odd to me, right? Oh yeah, Lily's a Sag, right? Nah, Karen's not a narcissist. Candace takes criticism. She even apologized for the perk. She didn't play an assault. Yeah, listen, it was sick the way, I don't know. I didn't like that. Candace is a better woman than me. I would have been like, y'all can all kiss my ass. I'm not doing this. The fact that you guys are trying to make it seem like me trolling around going, we're asleep is equivalent to actually hitting someone. And let's not Monique got close to her and kept feeling her hair saying, you want me to? And was flipping her hair. And Monique had been in my face flipping my hair. And it was 20 years ago, maybe, but it would have turned into a fight. Don't touch my hair. Don't touch me. That was a pure act of aggression, right? That was a pure act of aggression. But the fact that Candace let that happen and still didn't hit her. But then again, Candace isn't a fighter. And I'm not saying Candace should have hit her. I'm saying Monique had no reason to hit Candace, right? Let's see. Miss T said there are only 150. Oh, thank you, Olivia. Yo, who's trying to Simon Gambodia me? I wish I could see who's watching. There are 516 people watching this right now, and I only have 150 likes. Hit the like button. Subscribe. That'd even be better. Or hit the thumbs down button. Do something. Damn. Move around, y'all. Move around. Okay, let's move on in this review, right? So when they go over, right? Oh, the Mia thing. Mia is out of her mind. Here's the thing. So Mia admitted later in the episode that she used to be an escort. But Mia lies so much. We're about to get to Candlegate. Mia lies so much about what's going on. Mia is a pathological liar, and she is crazy. We're about to get to Candlegate in 1 second, right? But Mia was talking to G, and G is who Simon Gambodia thinks he is and who he wishes he was. G is nice and confident. He doesn't get involved in stuff too much. He lets Mia have the sunlight, right? Nyla, I can agree with that. Monique really wanted Giselle, but Candace was collateral damage. I agree with that completely. But the thing about Monique that I was just like, yeah, girl, you lost me, is when she ran around to every blog for a year, spreading lies, misinformation, mocking Candace, laughing at her. She really finally thought like she got in a cool, it's like she went to a really evil place in the school lunchroom and was delighting in being boss and was shocked when people are like, yeah, Monique, that's a bad look. And then you see Chris, big and tall stuff. I don't play chess, I play checkers. Walk around his big and tall, ill-fitting big and tall suit. And I was looking like, Chris, Chris, I know Big and Tall has a tailor. What are you doing walking around that hungry man suit with the tie down to your knees? If you don't get that shit tailored. And I remember thinking, like, in the beginning, is Monique a covert narc? Because Monique always had her hair done, always had her nails done. You know, Monique's a gorgeous girl. But when it came to Chris, he was just walking around looking like he got something off the rack at Sears. And I know Sears has been closed for 15 years. So exactly. Something off the rack at the Sears outlet, at the Pensacola Outlet Mall, 10 for 1, right? That's the way it looks like, right? That's the way it looked like. What are we saying over here? Am I missing comments? What's B saying? Yeah, Karen is more sneaky. And Karen and Mia have a lot in common. Karen will lie to drop in a hat. And don't get me wrong, y'all, I really like Karen. Listen, my loyalties shift between Giselle and Karen, depending on the day and who's funnier. They are the ultimate frenemies, right? So I really like Karen, but this episode, I'm getting on Karen's ass because this episode, Giselle hasn't done any messed up stuff so far, so we're getting on Karen's ass. Karen and Mia are both pathological liars. They lie to drop in a hat and then they'll turn. Now, maybe that's because Mia shared that, like, she was raised, both parents were drug addicts, very tragic childhood. She was given up. And that took a lot of courage for her to say, a lot of courage. And even to show the relationship between her mom and the mom and her. That took a lot of courage. Now, with that said, right? With that said, so Mia is talking to her husband G, who Simon Gabotti wishes he was, right? And hey, what did B say? B said, oh, thank you. You know what? I'm gonna put my cash app. There we go. There we go. How's that, guys? Okay. Thank you, B. Thank you. So let's get these comments going. Hold on. Yes, Candace got mad at Monique for becoming friends with Ashley and then went for Giselle out of paternity rumors. Not paid by anyone. I would true. That's half true, at least to me. Because here's the thing. Candace got mad at Monique for becoming friends with Ashley because Candace had a relationship with Ashley. If you remember, they had like this little friendship, right? It was kind of like Karen and Giselle. Monique came over telling her all this shit about Ashley. Ashley said that Monique was drunk and crashed into a car, and that's why she had a miscarriage. Remember that? And so Monique was a drunk, and that's why she crashed her car, and that's why she had a miscarriage, because of her drinking. Candace, being as savvy as she is, literally got in Ashley's ass to defend Monique. And then when she turned around and was like, Monique, girl, you okay? Monique was like, how dare you talk to Ashley like that? Ashley and I are friends. She literally used Candace as a tool, got her wind up, put a battery in her back, had her go against Ashley, and then used Ashley's anger at Candace to slip in and be like, girl, I would never. I don't know what's wrong with Candace. She's so immature. Us real women, you know, you make up rumors about me having a drinking problem, and you know, that's how I lost my baby. But real women, we can move past it, right, girl? Monique used Candace as a tool, because here's the funny thing, quiet as it's kept. Both the Grand Dame and Monique all thought that Candace was disposable. Neither of them respected her, and both of them thought that she would be off the show in the season or not. Monique was actually shocked that that Candace was actually becoming endeared to Robin, that Giselle was starting to stand her, and even the way she could still get with Ashley, and she was becoming a little bit of a producer's favorite. So, yeah, neither of them, right? Neither are. Yes, she said yes. Trey Thomas, this is what Ashley, go back to that season. This is what Ashley said about Monique. They actually got into an argument over the table, and Ashley was like, but you were drunk. There's a lot more I could say, but I'm not. So peep that game, right? Peep that game. I gave birth to a girl and boy boyfriend. They both say what's on their minds. They both put their foot in their mouths, but they are both not like exactly. I do not know many Sagittariuses that are liars. I really honestly don't. Sometimes you're just like, you did not have to say that, but they're just like, whatever, it is what it is, right? You're lost in sauce in that. Monique received a contract and asked to be let out of reunion. She quit. That has been confirmed. Here's the thing. If Monique received a contract, I'm still going to have to know the details. Maybe she did, but Porsha received a contract and she was a friend for a season and completely cut their pay. I honestly think the reason she did not return is because she started to fire too much. And I think she was worried about whatever happened between her and that trainer and her and Chris. She did not want Giselle coming for her ass. So she quit in a blaze of glory. But I do think that she ended up regretting it. Say what you want about Chris having money. Chris keeps his foot on Monique's neck. She is nothing but a breeder and a stay-at-home mom, which would be a dream to some, but Monique has ambition. She wants freedom, and she wanted that freedom the Real Housewives give her. That's just my thing. Even that Not for Lazy Moms podcast and all this stuff, she wanted the platform. Did she need the money? Probably not. Would the money be good in a season or two? Absolutely. Where it wouldn't be a little check anymore, but she definitely needed that publicity to launch her dreams so she can have something outside of Chris, because Chris is a provider, but Chris isn't a provider like Dr. G, where he's like, yo, get your own, go make your own money. Also, Chris is a provider like, all right, so I provided and that's it. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying, right? Let's see. Oh, who super chatted me? Hold on, let me look. Oh, Costco's, don't leave. Duty calls. All right, Costco's. Thank you so much, Costco's. Appreciate it. Woo! Every time you hear Monique take a shot, well, you're going to be drunk tonight. Let's take a shot of apple juice. Monique gave Ashley a pass. She gave Giselle a pass. She gave Robin a pass. She even gave Karen a pass. You know, it's like my mom always said, when someone likes you, you don't got to do anything and they're just going to like you. When someone does not like you, you could do everything in the world and they're still going to find a reason to talk trash. They just didn't like her. They just didn't like her, right? Oh, hey, Darlene. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Mama. Let's see. Darlene said, I'm doing a great job, guys. All right. Mia said what she said. She had a long... What? EC, Bunny, let me tell you, Mia's harsh angles is because she has injectables. For anybody that's in plastic surgery into it, you guys would know that for Instagram, that hard angle jawline is actually really, really in, and people made money for that. Listen, Mia was a gorgeous little kid. She's a gorgeous woman, but those harsh angles you see, that's all fillers and injectables. She did that on purpose. She likes looking like that, right? Now, listen, I'm sorry, T says, seems like you've overlooked how the network mistreated Samuels and paid them with so much Rachel. Listen, not paid by anyone. Don't get me wrong. I'm compartmentalizing. Bravo treated Monique very badly. Now, here's the thing. Should Monique, in my opinion, get fired for putting her hands on Candace and then running a PR campaign to destroy her? Absolutely. However, the fact that Erica Giraldi is still on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and her husband goddamn funded her whole fake lifestyle. Everybody on Beverly Hills is a bunch of Simon Gabadios. They funded her whole fake lifestyle off of paraplegics, burn victims, widows, the really, really poor. Should Erica Giraldi be fired? Absolutely. The fact that the network is keeping her on, the fact that the network is giving her a pity party. Yeah, I look at the way they treat Monique and the way they treat Erica, the way they're treating Jen Shaw and the way they're treating and the way they treated Monique. And you're right, there is something there. Bravo does have to account for that. However, if we take out Bravo and the racism, if we just look at it and the core thing of there are co-workers who are fighting. And in my opinion, one of the co-workers crossed the line. And the job description is for us to sit around and be catty and talk trash to each other. Well, how can you do this job? How can you do this job? Honestly. But that said, I want to fire Porsha. I want to fire Porsha because it's like, I don't care what you bring to the show. Which, speaking of with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you see that they pushed it. Remember I told you that they were trying to cancel Real Housewives of Atlanta. Everybody's like, you crazy. That's Bravo's best show. You see how Real Housewives of Atlanta got pushed back to October. Porsha's spinoff is actually filming. We'll talk about that in a second. Porsha's film spinoff is actually failing because the Bravo execs are old and out of touch, and they somehow think that Real Housewives of Atlanta is not an ensemble show. And since Porsha has 6.4 million followers on Instagram, that those 6.4 million followers are going to follow her to her own show and watch it. But the thing is, with network execs, just like with marketing people, nobody in network execs has figured out that in some game of Instagram followers, Twitter followers, even YouTube followers. If you leave that platform, they don't necessarily transfer. Porsha had 6.4 million followers on Instagram, and who tuned into the last season of Real Housewives of Atlanta? Let's be real. Most of Porsha's fans are people that don't even watch the show. They just see clips. They see this. They see the drama. They don't even come for the show recaps. They only see the drama. They come in, but they're not sitting down and watching that every day. The network's making a very big mistake doing that. But at the end of the day, they're over Real Housewives of Atlanta. They don't care. And to your point, not paid by anyone, I do think that is, hold on. I do actually think that is Bravo's aggression. I do. So that is a roundabout saying. It's like, you're half true. Both things can be true at the same time. What Monique did to Candace was absolutely horrible. The way the network reacted to Monique, absolutely horrible too. But I guarantee you, if she had had Porsha's Instagram followers, they would have given her another chance. You know what I'm saying, right? Let's see. Old white from Bravo, don't understand Atlanta. I live here. Listen, but here's the thing, Lily. There is money in Atlanta. There is. But that money's not willing to go on to be humiliated. That money, could you imagine being the head of one of the biggest things in Atlanta and your wife's on the cash trip where people are like doing stuff strange for a train and having orgies with strippers? Again, nobody's shaming what you do in your personal life, but you need to keep a certain level of class. You need to keep like a certain level of like confidence. Do you see what I'm saying? Because when you have something to lose, you will protect it. They keep getting the Drew Sidors, the LaToyas, and I'm not shading them. Drew, I clown her, but she's a successful actress in her whole right. LaToya, one day, God willing, I'll get to the level of subscribers that LaToya has. I'm not knocking her, right? I'm not knocking her. Porsha, I hope one day to get to, does Porsha have a YouTube channel? No, but Porsha's done a lot. I'm not clowning them. They're all successful in their own right. I'll give somebody else their props. However, they keep bringing on these people that need the Real Housewives for a come up, right? And then you want to talk of Real Money. Real Money doesn't need it. Real Money are already superstars in Atlanta. Real Money are already superstars where they vacation in the Seychelles, in Cannes, in overseas. They don't need to be on reality TV. If anything, it's taking a big risk. Because what if we're sitting there and like glasses start being thrown? Do you see what I'm saying? The producers declassed the franchise so much that Real Money, why would you show up on Real Housewives in Atlanta? Maybe Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, because you know it's just going to be maybe an errant slap or two and some shade with Kyle running down a dinner party, but you don't have to worry about it. That's why they actually, I hope that they're moving it to November so they can get a new production company in, but I doubt it. Because they love true entertainment, so I doubt it, right? Monique publicized the fight. She should have let it die down due to COVID. The season was delayed and the fight would have been edited out. Monique told everyone. She told everyone, and then she went on this really, really, really weird, I don't know. It was a narc campaign to me. It really scared me. If anybody's ever dealt with a narc in their life, family member, lover, friend, whatever, you see the narc pattern and it literally, really, really scares you, right? Okay, they are declassing the Real Housewives of Atlanta. They are. Now, speaking of the spinoff, right? I knew we're going to get back to the Real Housewives and Candlegate, but I know y'all heard that Simon and Falynn are officially divorced. They are officially divorced. Yes, I broke the story first, even before Falynn did. So for those of y'all that think I know Falynn, I don't. I broke the story first because I got my sources too, right? Now, they're getting divorced, which, Simon's officially Porsha's problem. Falynn, you can tell that Simon was not worth $40 million because Falynn was like deuces. She tried to make it work, but as soon as that that spell broke. She was like deuces, and she's out. Now, I find it interesting that Falynn is speaking so freely now, even the way she was cursing out Michelle at landing and saying she's not 8-9 months pregnant. And I was like, yo, I wonder if one of the conditions for them to get divorced was that they get to tear up that NDA, because Falynn has been talking a lot. Or more likely, she's acting like she got money and she's not afraid of Simon's lawyers, because if anybody went to Fulton County documents, shout out to Alexander Rogers, Simon has like 36 pages of documents on K. He is always being dragged into court for something. He has liens, he has this, he has that. I don't know why anybody would do business with Simon Cambodia. Seriously, right? Y'all talking about this is what businessmen do. According to some people, businessmen have secret investments that nobody knows about, right? Secret investments. Every businessman I know, and I know people that are heads of, I'm not even gonna get into it. Listen, nobody hides their investment portfolio at all. If anything, you want people, especially if you invest in high risk stuff, you actually want to make your investments known, because it will help make the fund more popular. No businessman has secret investments. Like, stop watching Dynasty and Wall Street. No businessman has secret investments. No businessman, well, some do, 36 pages on Fulton County document courthouse. No, like, I mean, you can invest if you want, but would you trust your future in that? No businessman has an office with a desk and a printer, not even thing. No businessman is taking business meetings at TGI Friday with his logistics manager and his 8-year-old. Talking about, what did she say? Got a good man with you. You literally fed the kid lines and then was like, say it again, say it again. You're a smart man. How sad is that? That you need to put that up. But anyway, let's move on, right? The whole point is, no, like literally, and your logistics manager, if you guys know anything about business, logistics can say, logistics for what? What do you actually do? If you are an investor, first of all, there's no companies registered to you that, besides Kimcho, there's maybe 2 that are now active, but they weren't active in 2019. So who is he the logistic manager of? Seriously, what does he do? Again, we all know, not shit. Why am I even asking these questions? But he's Porsha's problem now. And the thing is, y'all, this is my spidey sense tingling. I do feel like Porsha's kind of like, Tosh, wait, y'all, stop arguing and things, right? Now, here's the thing. Thank you, Ryan Hessler. Listen, I do think that, yes, I know, Miss Main Event, you're a logistics manager, but you work for an actual company. You work for a company. Do you mean to actually tell us, right? I'm not saying logistic managers don't exist. I'm saying that somebody knew someone for 5 years, got married for 2, and that's a total of 7 years, and they never saw one employee. Come on. And hustlers hang together. Come on. I'm not saying logistic managers don't exist, but Simon, what is your company? What do you do? Just a second, you were investing. That's where your money comes from. Now you got logistic managers for what? Investment doesn't have logistic managers. Simon cannot tell us what he actually does. And everything he does is smoke and mirrors. Simon, this is not an episode of Dynasty. You don't have to hide your money. Nobody's coming to you. Like literally, like what is going on? I've never met a businessman that does not actually cannot clearly tell you what. Instagram hasn't verified them. Instagram is like, oh, what do you do? What do you do? Now, here's my whole point. I do feel like Porsha has figured out that Simon is terribly middle class, right? Working class. No shade to that. I'm not shading on that. But Porsha did all these things because she thought she was bagging a man that was worth 40 million. And I'm sure Simon led her to believe she was 40 million. So I do think that Porsha realized that, no, you're going to be paying mommy to the 5 kids in the pool at the Holiday Inn. And maybe you guys can go to DR, Costa Rica, I don't know, Cancun, right? I do feel, and it's so funny that now that they're divorced, let's see if that wedding happens, right? Oh, thank you, Miss Main Event. Oh, thank you. No, I was just like, what? No, I know logistic managers exist But I also know that it's the easiest thing for a con artist to be like, oh, my logistics manager. What do you do? Why are all your businesses hidden? Why are you a secret investor? That's another thing you guys have to ask yourself. Why are you all these businesses that you're supposedly a secret investor, secret investments? Everything about your life is so secret. Why? Who are you hiding from? Who are you hiding from? Those boys with like the infrareds, you already flaunt enough with that car for them to come looking at you. Who are you hiding from besides the IRS and people and the people that verify on Instagram? Who are you hiding from? But to my point, let's see how fast this wedding happens, because now I'm excited. Now I want to see that wedding. Now I want to see, because this is the thing where, hey, not yet, Liberia. Now that you're here, we're about to start Candlegate. So let me tell you something. Now that Simon is officially divorced, he is free to marry Porsha. They can get married next month. Let's see how quick Porsha marries Simon, because I think that she was like, okay, this divorce won't be settled till November. Okay, that's good. Let me just film my spinoff. And when I'm done with my spinoff, I'll just break up with them before season 2 and be done with this, right? Because you are playing mommy to 5 kids at the Holiday Inn pool, at the Holiday Inn in Cancun, like literally just stressful. The life just looks stressful. But now this thing, Simon is going to rush her ass down the aisle to get locked down. And that's another thing. Falynn did say that Simon was always jealous of her success. I wonder how it's working out with Porsha. Y'all keep an eye on this. Let's see when this wedding happens, because now they don't have to wait till November because the divorce is done. They can get married in fall. They can get married on screen. And I want to see it. Porsha is being Cancer. This is the one thing why, if it does work out, Porsha is being a Cancer to her heart. If you ever want to see a Cancer stay with someone to the day they die, talk shit about that person. Be like, that person's not good for you. The Cancer will defend, and they'll stay with them just to spite everyone, because they think like, y'all not going to come between us. You're not going to come between us. And every time everyone's like, girl, we were trying to save you, but you know what? Go ahead. God bless. But I bet you anything, Simon is trying to rush Porsha down the aisle because he needs her so much. And Porsha is probably thinking about everything she can do to stop the wedding to happen so she can break up with him in between season 1 and season 2. And then it'll be the pursuit of Porsha being single, living her life, brave single mom. You know what I'm saying. Listen, they were both using each other for money and one for fame, but Portia's getting a real price. I agree, Samira. I agree. All right, Liberia, in your run. 3 weddings. Listen, they are getting married at the Holiday Inn in Cancun, the Sandals Beach Resort in Jamaica. Well, she doesn't go to Jamaica. Costa Rica, Cancun, and Dominican Republic. That's where they're going. That is where they're going. All right, let's get ready for Candlegate, right? Let's get ready for Candlegate, right? Listen, he's going to marry her so he get Instagram verified. Who said that? I'm going to hurt you, Sabrina. He's going to marry her so he get Instagram verified. Yo, you saw those pictures when Porsha was just struggling kids. It's just like, and that's another thing with Porsha's brand. I see they're trying to rebrand. They're trying to make her into this entrepreneur. I saw what you guys sent me that said the Papa Porsha. And again, good for her. She'll probably make the jump. But I do think when she's giving that business advice, it's the closest to her real personality that you'll see. Because when she's on Destination, she's all like, right? It's Destination. She's good at putting on an act. When she's in Bravo chat room, she's good at being like, well, what they done to you? What? And when she's the Papa Porsha, she's like, hey, everybody, I'm going to give you business advice. And you hear more of her real voice. But I don't know. It's a role that she needs to practice more for, because she's like, oh, yeah. So here's an example as if you forgot your own life. To me, it doesn't come across as believable, but it's her first take and it's a new personality. It probably doesn't seem like it's believable because it's closest to her personality. But she's trying to rebrand as an entrepreneur, giving business advice, being like a mentor to young girls. She's trying to come full circle to that mentorship for young girls. And also around that time that the pursuit of Porsha comes out, and she's going to have a rebrand for a family. So Porsha has a PR team behind her. Let's see if it works. Let's see if she can get to that finish line without Simon Gabadia. But as a Cancer, once you criticize a Cancer's mate, they will stay with that person till the end of fucking time. Again, if somebody really, really doesn't like Porsha, all they got to do is start arguing and assaulting Simon, and that will force her to make some of the worst decisions she's ever made. If you do notice on Porsha's Instagram, though, somebody pointed out to me, a therapist I know that deals with, it's like she's in that isolation stage where she seems to be separating from a lot of friends and a lot of people in her life, her not being happy with. Watch that. Google narc cycle. Google the cycle of narcissists and how they isolate you. Okay, listen, let's get into Candlegate. Let's get into Candlegate. This is really actually important, right? So, you know, Wendy said that she wants to make candles, right? And her and Mia are arguing. I think Wendy's issue with Mia is Wendy is not subtle at all. And Mia's very subtle. But she sees the game that Mia's playing. She sees how Mia is a flip-flopper. She sees how she's fake, and it really annoys Wendy. The only thing is Wendy is very, very blunt, right? Wendy is very, very blunt. So it's hard to beat her at that game, right? So Mia posted these candles, right? One says, don't fuck with me. And one says, karma. Karma's a bitch, right? And when I first saw them, I remember I was talking, my friend sent this to me, and I was like, yo, I actually like these candles. They're cute. I like the aesthetic. I would get one. They look like they smell good, right? And Mia said the best revenge is your paper. Limited edition statement candles, now available at a mill on London, right? That's her actual store, right? So then somebody said, she said, and then she hashtagged it, the real home essentials. And she said, grab yours today, right? Everybody started saying, yo, you petty, you petty, you petty. Oh, yes. Mystic Pisces, my tissues is ready for a girl. Hide your famous friends and your money. Yo, he is going to run through that shit like Anne Hathaway's boyfriend. Mark my words. So this is Candlegate. I'm setting it up for y'all. So y'all should actually know. There are 645 people in the live. Y'all hit the like button. Don't Simon Gabodia me. What do I need to do? I'm going to do Mia. You know, Mia was like, I was a bartender, stripper. Actually, I was an escort, but I was the type of escort where people looked at me and didn't touch. And I was such a good talker that they just paid me millions just to talk, right? I'm going to do a Mia, right? But you know, put it on and make it want to marry me. Can y'all hit the like button? Put it on and make it want to marry me. Put it on and make it want to marry me. Yo, Simon's singing that for real tonight. Put it in and make it want to marry me. And meanwhile, Porsha, point of view, on the phone with like casting. Hello, Real Housewives of Atlanta producers. Are we almost done with the 8 episodes? No reason, just sitting here really in love with my fiance and 5 kids. Okay, can we wrap up? Yo, Porsha is trying to wrap up that season so bad so she can be like, babe, let's get married next season so we can have the big wedding. Meanwhile, Simon's like, no, girl, put it in it. Simon's like, listen, no, because I'm going to come in at $2 billion next year. So let's get married now because I know it's for love, right? And just like, put it in and make it want to marry me. So when Porsha heard that divorce went through, she probably cried internal tears, and Fallon was probably laughing all the way, just snickering to herself like, because Fallon was probably like, you know what, bitch, I'm going to give you what you wanted. I'm going to give you what you asked for. There you go. He's all yours. Have fun. Yeah. Don't feel the same. Do it. Don't feel the same, because that's another thing. It looked to me that Porsha was getting off on the fact that she thought she had another woman's man. Because, Simon was probably like, oh, Fallon was so in love with me. This and that. And Porsha gets off on the fact of having somebody else's man, right? Fallon was like, I'm going to give you your wish. There he goes. And now it's like half the shit that she was getting off on is gone, because it's like, no, that's all your man now. You're not taking anyone's man. I let go. I'm cool. So half the lore's already gone too, because she's like, oh, she don't want you? Because it was more about something with Fallon, even her borrowing Fallon's clothes. I don't care what y'all say. I think she took us to the 4th season to put on a little show for Simon. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying, right? But, right? No, there might be a next season, but listen, right? Listen, he's already turned Porsha into Fallon. The way Fallon said that she was watching all the kids and all this other stuff. Again, somebody pointed out that it was just like, Porsha's always wanted to be a mom. True. And have a family. But I think she wanted to do a glamorous version of it, not playing with 5 kids at the Holiday Inn pool. No shade to the Holiday Inn pool, but the daddy's 60. You guys can't even have a kid. Simon is 60 years old. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't think she thought she was playing holiday into a 60-year-old, 5 kids by 4 baby moms at 60 years old. Y'all talk about Fallon, if she's pregnant or not. Let's talk about the fact that Fallon's baby's dads. Let's talk about the fact that one of Fallon's baby dads got 5 kids by 4 different women. That's the real shame. That's the real scandal, right? Yeah. She'll break up using the prenup. You know what, though? You know what Simon will say? Baby, we don't need a prenup. I love you. Porsha will use, who said Porsha will use the prenup as an excuse? Porsha is not using any prenup as an excuse because Simon's going to be like, yes, what's a prenup? He's going to rip that prenup up and toss it in the air like he's tossing napkins at that club in Atlanta. There's not going to be a prenup. There is not going to be a prenup. And let me tell you something. Even if Porsha made Simon sign a prenup, Simon would sign it. Simon would sign it because he wants access to Porsha's friend circle. And what's more, he wants to be famous. He is thirsty for the fame. He is thirsty for the fame. Y'all, my spidey sense is tingling about this. And it's not just because of my 3-part series. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. My spidey sense is tingling on this, you know? I'm telling you, he literally needs her connections. Again, Porsha is the rich man in the situation. Simon is supposed to be the beautiful woman. Way to go, Porsha. Way to go. So here's the thing, right? Let's get back to Candlegate. So Mia posted these candles. Seems simple enough, right? Everybody was commenting, things. She's like, yeah. And she was like, people are like, yo, that's a really good comeback. Ooh, the shade, I love it. Mia's like, yes, right? So then this guy, where's it at? This guy, oh, I don't have it. So anyway, this company in France, he's the inventor of, posted something saying, listen, these candles are actually something that was created from victims of rape, from victims of crimes, from victims of abuse. It literally was a candle that signified France's Me Too movement, some really serious stuff. And all of the proceeds were going to help women, empower women, getting them out of abusive relationships, getting them out of rape, getting them out of something. And get this, Mia had nothing to do with those candles at all. She was telling everybody these were the candles she made to compete with Karen. She put them for sale on her site as if she created the candles. And I kept thinking, these candles are really good aesthetics. I mean, you guys might not think of anything, but I thought these were really, really good aesthetics. She literally tried to act like she made them this and that. It wasn't until the company sent to her a cease and desist order saying those are our candles that she literally posts this. And not even that, the candles were for something serious, right? She literally posted this. If you don't think Don't Fuck With Me is a catchy candle, boy, are you mistaken. It's a movement from Paris that I'm supporting. It's a movement by a community of women who have been through a personal hell ranging anywhere from cancer, rape, sexual abuse, and personal complexes, diseases, sexuality, identification, and much more. The important part of these women have come out on the other side and now have and she put in parentheses, I've conquered my demons and challenges, and now don't fuck with me. The next step in their life is to help others. And that's what this is about, helping anyone who's going through this challenge. The candle is a collaboration with Mason 10, DFWM Paris, and created by Thompson Fair in New York City. Mia not only tried to act like that was her shit, she invented it. She completely didn't even say what the point of the candles were. And to get this is how people found out. These are the candles because they're all over Vogue and fashion magazines. Mia literally found candles and she tried to lie. But then the weird part is she tried to pivot and put the statement. The statement sounds good enough, right? Except for the fact. Where's the thing? Except for the fact. Is this going to come up? Hold on, y'all. I have to show y'all what Mia did. Except for the fact that, let's do this. Oh, also, the candles had their own website. They're a huge deal in France. It's literally like somebody tried to act like they made Glade plugins. Do you know what I'm saying? And everybody in America be like, girl, those are Glade plugins. And I'm like, no, they're not. This is limited edition Tisa Tattles. Chris Lennon, what are you talking about? This is my candle. But then here's the part that really freaked me out. And I was like, yo, Mia is a pathological liar. And Wendy sees her for what she is. The only thing is Wendy is not subtle. So the guy, I can't find it. I wish I could find this link for y'all. The guy that actually made the color candle. Is this it? Yeah, this is it.
Don't get offended. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me is not just a catchy candle and a catchy phrase. This candle, don't fuck with me, is a movement that has started in Paris. It's about a project that I am financing to support the Don't Fuck With Me brand, which is about women who have...
Quiet as his cat. You see how this guy is like 60, Parisian, funding it. This is who she thought she was marrying because this guy has deep pockets. He literally is almost billionaire status. This guy has deep pockets. Not a Simon Gabodia, but let's continue. But continue. Oh, sorry.
With me.
Anyway.
Don't fuck with me is not just a catchy candle.
Come on.
A catchy phrase. This candle, don't fuck with me, is a movement that has started in Paris. It's about a project that I am financing.
Porsha, you got the wrong one. You went the Holiday Inn.
Brand, which is about women who have gone.
He has almost $1 billion. Just let him talk.
Of all their external hardships and have come out the other side, who now want to support others who are going through that journey. Be it cancer, be it disease, be it eating disorders.
Okay, so you guys, the weird thing about Wendy's message that she actually posted, if it sounds familiar to you, it should. She literally did a Google Notes off of everything this guy said and put it as her official statement. There is something wrong with Wendy. One, the fact that you pick a candle that is huge in France. Again, it is huge, and it's part of this huge Me Too movement that France is having, because apparently they're even worse than America when it comes to stuff like that, right? So they're part of that huge Me Too movement. It's something that's super recognizable. It's been written up in all of the fashion magazines because this guy is super, super funded. And here comes Wendy to get back at Karen, talking about the real home essentials. She doesn't say anything about the movement. She makes it seem like it's her candles. She posts them on her sites. And then she's in Instagram comments clowning Wendy for her candle line not being out. Now, interesting enough, and this is how everything comes full circle, right? Interesting enough, Giselle and Robin were in those comments cackling too. I guess it's fair to say that her and Wendy, Robin, and Giselle have temporarily, I hope, fallen out. But guess who else was in there cackling? Porsha Williams. Yes, Porsha Peach Juice Williams. Remember before when she was cackling about Candace? Now she's in the comments hyping up Giselle and them, I guess because that's her Bravo chat room co-host, hyping up Giselle, cackling in the comments, doing whatever for Mia being pathological liar. Y'all, I can't make this up. You know, I think I owe turbally, moderately, horribly middle-class Simon Gabodia an apology. I see what's happening with Erica Giraldi. I see what's happening with Dorit. I see what's happening with Lisa Rinna, right? They all owe 1.3 million. Erica owes her whole fucking life. I think she owes who knows? She might be living out the back of an Arby's while this is all done, right? And then you see Mia comes on, just pathological liars, fake it till you make it. And I see why. I definitely see why Simon thought he could come on Real Housewives of Atlanta and get away with it because a lot of people are doing it. But then Bravo wonders why all their ratings are suffering. All their shows are going to shit and nobody cares. Do you know why that is? Because what Housewives first started on, and I'm not saying I'm a Housewives super stan, but the level that they were supposed to be and what they're supposed to give us, it's going. And honestly, if we want to see people act a fool on reality TV with kooky, zany personalities, and we're not worried about the illusion of wealth, because that's what they're giving us, then we can go watch Love After Lockup. We can watch 90 Day Fiance. There's a lot of good ass, we can go watch Love Island. There's a lot of good ass reality TV on right now. The only thing that Housewives had above everybody was the fact that it was a very, very wealthy. So we got that elitism porn that like we love as Americans and all over the world. And of course there was Nene, there was Kenya, there was Porsha, there was Phaedra. Real Housewives of Atlanta actually came through with iconic personalities, but they have not been able to recreate that magic. So you know what? I don't know, right? Maybe Wendy sees something of Mia that is fake, that has come out, that's so bad, taking this candle thing. Listen, no, here's the thing, Pyson, I'm not shading middle class, but here's the thing I will shade though. I'm not shading middle class. When I say terribly horrible middle class, terribly horrible working class, I'm not shading middle class and working class. But you know who I am shading? I'm shading people that try to act like they're above so they can look down on everyone else. Please, nobody miss out. I'm not shading anybody middle class, anybody working class, anybody's working poor. I've been all those different levels. I'm not putting on any airs, but it fucking bothers me when I see people putting themselves up here, not to empower themselves, but to make everybody else look bad. Like, I don't like when people are like, oh, what's that? Ooh, yeah. People that walk in dressed head to toe in Gucci, and they look at somebody else like, ew, what do you have on? Ew. I don't like that stuff. There's something in my personality where I'm just like, oh, thank you, B. There's something in my personality when I was just like, yeah, I just go after people like that because it's like, it doesn't matter what you have. You shouldn't be looking down on anyone. And there was something with Simon when he went after Falynn and tried to destroy her reputation and the way she went about things and the things he said that I was just like, yeah, I don't appreciate that. And when he said, let's play a little game, I said, all right, I love playing games and I got time. And it doesn't take me that long to learn the rules. So let's go, right? But here's the thing. There are a lot of folks faking the fun. And to that other person's point that said about Bravo really needs to do something about it. But there's a lot of shows where if we're not worried about people being rich, there's better TV out there. Y'all need to get a 90 Day Lockup. No matter what you think, it's hilarious. It's hilarious, right? Let's see. You met Mia posted the... Oh, yeah. You guys, I'm sorry. Mia posted the candle. Not Wendy wouldn't do that shit. I'm sorry if I misspoke. Mia posted the candle. Wendy was supposed to be coming out with candles. Mia posted that candle, the Don't Fuck With Me candle, and tried to act like that was that. Yes, thank you, Kimberly. And tried to act like that was her candle she created to one up Karen. She posted it on her site like it was hers. Didn't tag the creators. Didn't say that it wasn't hers. She literally, and she even said, "Best revenge. This is a Best Revenge is Your Paper limited edition statement candle." She literally renamed the candle. There's something, I'm telling y'all, I have a good thing about this. There's something a little off about Mia. And I hope it's just because she's on a reality TV. But then I thought about her story when she's 6 years old and all these things she has to do to survive. And it made me honestly think, this is what she had to do to survive. This is what she had to do to survive, moving in and out. But it's weird the way as soon as she's caught in a lie, she just moves on. Like nothing happened. She moves on. The way she literally was like, no, hey, if you think, and the reason she even wrote that, hey, if you think that Don't Fuck With Me is just a candle, buddy, think again. First of all, she literally lifted verbatim what the owner of the candle said. And second of all, the only reason she admitted that wasn't, Mia admitted that wasn't her candle she created, that she hadn't been laughing and Kiki and Giselle and Robin slapping hands and Porsha Williams coming in to give her 2 cents, was because she got a cease and desist order. And the rich person that owned the candles was just like, I will sell you and everything you believe in, because I'm telling you, the guy that invested in, I'm telling you, and Mia's husband is by no means broke, but he has so much money, he makes Mia's husband look broke. That guy is who Porsha Williams thought she was marrying. Actually, that guy's worth a lot, way more than 40. He's in like the triple digit millions, the high triple digit millions. So I know Mia got the cease and desist, and she's like, yeah, I don't want this fight. I don't want this fight. I don't want this fight. You know what I'm saying? Could I take Simon Gabodi in court? Absolutely. Would I take a triple high net worth millionaire in the high millions? Like we're talking about 500 million above? No, I don't want that fight. I don't want that fight. But could I take Simon Gabodi? Hell yeah. I could do that for my light work. You know what I'm saying? Right. Let's see. She said non-actable. You said Mia sat with Karen and didn't credit the candle owners. No, you guys, Natalie, no. Wendy sat, let me clear this up because maybe I didn't watch the show. Wendy sat with Karen and asked Karen for advice on her candle line. Wendy is coming out with a candle line. She sat with Karen and she asked Karen for advice. I don't think when she asked Karen for advice, I think she was just kissing Karen's ass because she knows Karen likes people to come to her humble. Because Lindy knows business owners. She didn't have to ask Karen this. And Wendy has money. So I know you have a business manager and all this other stuff with that packaging. Now, Mia, to take a shot at Wendy and one up her, literally came out with her own line of candles called the Don't Fuck With Me candles. She posted them on Instagram. She put a link to buy them on her site, on her Instagram. She was in the comments kikiing, this is Mia, was in the comments kikiing with Giselle, with Porsha, and with Robin about how much better her candles, Mia's candles, are better than Wendy's candles, who haven't come out. Wendy's candles hasn't come out. She's still in the development stage. She was trying to stick it to Karen and say, and she was trying to stick it to Wendy and say, yeah, Wendy, I stole your idea. Mia was trying to be smart. She was trying to be shady, and she's trying to one-up Wendy and get into the candle game before her. She came out with these candles called Don't Fuck With Me. The Don't Fuck With Me candle she had on her site. And there's another one that said Karma is a bitch. They were nice looking candles. I said I would probably buy one. Until I looked at those candles and said, I've seen those candles before. Cut to, that's when I showed you Mia's candles that she invented and was bragging about and was selling were actually candles that are super, super big in France. The candles were made to protect victims of all sorts of women who are victims of all sorts of abuse. It's funded by a French almost billionaire. Those candles are super popular, and all proceeds go to women who are victims of the Me Too movement in France. The only reason Mia had even admitted that those were not her candles is because the actual candle maker sent her a cease and desist order about trying to take intellectual property and ownership of those candles. Then Mia, when she got the cease and desist, even though she had been lying up and down about those being her candles, she created them. This is what a real boss does. A boss takes action. She was crip walking in her Instagram comments like a boss takes action. Wendy, take note. This is how you do candles. Rub it in a woman's face when she got that cease and desist order for lying and trying to take ownership of something that she did not make. That's when she said, hey guys, she did a thing. If you think, and that's when she posted in her Instagram thing that the candles were actually invented and made by these people. And she was only supporting the sexual Me Too movement that those candles were designed. She got caught in a bold face lie, and she turned around and tried to act like she never said it. That is the story. And she all did it to throw it in Wendy's face. But at the end of the day, she didn't. If you guys don't think it's weird, it was really some Simon Gabodia stuff. If you guys don't think it's weird that Mia made up having candles, lied about it, got other people involved in the lie, was crip walking in her comments, laughing at Wendy and how she one-upped her, and then come to find out Not only that, but these candles were actually, there was a meaning behind them. They were meant to support women who have cancer, women that have been sexually abused, women that have been assaulted, women that are powerless, refugee women. This was actually a good cause. All she had to do was just do that. She only even linked that when she got a cease and desist order. How crazy is it, right? I read a lot. People in the comments want to know about the cease and desist order. I read a lot. But she was sent a cease and desist order, and that's why she was sent a cease and desist order, and that's why she admitted that she didn't make the candles, because everybody thought that she made it. Y'all can check it. You can ask Mia herself. She received the cease and desist order, right? Well, I think she initially did not know, and she just tried to clean it up. No. She knew she didn't make those candles. She didn't know anything about those candles until when listen, I think what happened was Mia was scrolling through Instagram. She saw a cute candle. She did a thing, and she said the Real Home Essentials. The thing is, Mia also put a link to sell those candles through her store. Mia is not even an authorized retailer of those candles. So basically, she was a reseller of the candles, such as if I buy like a Tattle candle, right? And I put it on a Tattle Tells site. You need to be authorized to even show, because with certain candles, they have a brand. It's kind of like I can't buy like Gucci and then start a Gucci store, because Gucci is like, you're not an authorized retailer of Gucci. You're not allowed to you can resell it secondhand, worn, but you cannot open a Gucci boutique and sell it in your thing without our permission. It is our brand. She literally tried to even become an authorized distributor, an authorized seller of something that she had no right to have. It was a pretty big deal. It was a pretty thing. Excuse me. Tanya, it is not. Yo, don't ever tell me I'm wrong, because I'm wrong. Let me tell y'all something. When she got, and I have the screenshots, when she got the cease and desist order, she edited her Instagram post. And that's when she put that it's from Thomas Collection, blah, 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 blah. Tanya, don't ever test me. I have the screenshots, and I'll show them actually to you. Please, false. Don't girl, no. Here's the original post where she was kikiing with everybody. This is the original post 2 days ago. Limited edition. Best Revenge is Your Paper. Limited edition statement candles now available on her store. She did, for you to say, that's false, Tisa. She's now linking. Can you guys catch up and realize that on the internet, people can update things all the time? This is not written in stone, right? But here we have 2 days ago. She mislabeled the candle. She didn't put the edition. She didn't crumble. And she literally named it the limited edition statement candles. The Best Revenge is Your Paper limited edition statement candles. All right, Tanya. Now, let's move on to the next screenshot, right? Now, cut to today. This is what the post looks like. Tanya, Miss I'm False, right? This is the original post with all the kikis and everything 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Cease and desist letter hits it. Now she's doing a full press release, and now she's tagging everybody, and she's not saying that she was involved in creating it all, and it's not her thing. What happened to it being the just Best Revenge is Your Paper full statement candle? What happened to that? False. Anyway, let's move on. Yes, bye, Tanya. Try it again, right? Listen, I'll tell you guys one thing. I love cutting it up. I love talking shit. You guys know I'm here for the namaste and the trash. I'll be on tomorrow doing tarot. But don't ever tell me that what I'm saying is false, because if I am kikiing and if I am cutting it up with you guys, please believe that I have done enough research. At least, and again, Tanya, you make up your own mind, right? I'm not your mommy, but I will say I know my receipts. If I'm telling you that she did this, and I just showed the screenshots. Anyway, no, that's not what happened, right? Listen, yes, that's why. Yeah, I have the screenshots. Maybe I'll post them in the video if you guys want. But the screenshot is, this original screenshot has it directly from her site, 2 days later, and she got the cease and desist order, you guys. 2 days later, now she put this whole thing, and now she's leaking the thing. Now she's linking, now she's linking, now she's linking. Now it's the creator. You guys, anyway, I rest my case. Let's move on. Now, LaDame is high-end Bloomingdale stores and home shopping network. Do y'all know how hard it is to do that and what type of bag that is? Karen is winning and the right person to go to. Listen, Karen is winning. Karen is winning. But, and here's the thing. I'm not saying that Wendy was not wrong to go to Karen. I'm just saying that I know for a fact that Dr. Wendy Asofalo, am I saying it's Asof? Dr. Wendy, right? I don't mean to butcher her name. Y'all just know me with names, right? But I will say that Dr. Wendy has access to the people that actually help build the LaDame, or people that build even bigger things with LaDame. I think she went to Karen. One, Karen does give good advice, but I think she also wanted to create a big sis, little sis dynamic to ingrain herself with Karen in alliance, because I think Wendy's goal, right? Tell them, what is your name? Tease and tells. You be telling with receipts, yes. But to your point about the LaDame thing, I do think she wanted to ingrain herself with LaDame, because I do honestly think at the beginning of the season, Wendy thought she could be a neutral party that was cool with Robin and Giselle and cool with Karen. The difference is Robin and Giselle, you cannot be. That's not true, because Candace is doing a really, really good job of being neutral with both of them. But if you notice, Candace does not mess with Karen, and Giselle knows that. And that's enough for Candace to be cordial with Karen. But Candace better not jump in front of a bullet and be Captain Save-A-Ho for Karen, because Giselle will get into her ass. And again, Wendy thought she could walk that middle ground, and it just blew up horribly. And I don't even think Wendy did it to be malicious or whatever. I just thought that she wanted to be kind of like the voice of reason and be Switzerland and, you know, get more airtime. But it blew up in her face. It blew up in her face because Giselle's not having it. And honestly, neither's Karen. Neither's Karen, because if you see it, looks like Karen is telling her, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Aki Rose. Thank you. Yeah, you said I agree. Wendy just, and thank you, Mystical Pisces. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, it's like Wendy just, and I like Wendy a lot. I hope that she can pull it around during the reunion. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think Wendy's in danger of be going anywhere. She is a beautiful addition to the cast. Beautiful addition. Handsome family, handsome husband, cute kids. She's a beautiful addition to the cast. So I don't think she's in any danger of leaving, but I do see that she's trying to carve out her role that's not working. Speaking of which, remember when Mia was talking to her husband and she was like, Wendy has her husband on a leash. He's scared of her. Yo, I swear there's something. I don't know if they knew each other before. I don't understand. But even the way Mia is mad that Eddie is so team Wendy, that is her husband. Why wouldn't he be? And she's like, she acts like she is on a leash. She's scared. Why are you concerned with emancipating Eddie? It's weird. If I was Mia's husband, I'm like, why are you always talking about Eddie? And not even that. When she was like talking about some whatever, and she was like, when Eddie met me, he couldn't even look me in the eye. That tells you everything you need to know about your husband. I'll be honest with you guys. I really honestly think that was Eddie being respectful, because something about Mia and the way she is and the way I see her interact with men, and especially the way she tries sometimes to use her, in my opinion, sometimes she uses her sexuality as a weapon. When I saw, from my opinion, when she's around Eddie, to get on Wendy's nerves, she turns on that thing. She turns on that thing. She used to be a bartender. She used to be a stripper. She used to be an escort. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm saying that she is trained like a light switch that when she needs to turn on her sexuality and ooze sex, she can. And I think to get under Wendy's nerves, Mia is not above, whenever she's around Eddie, trying to turn it on to see if she can catch Eddie's eye and hypnotize him and transfix him, because Mia sees power in that. Eddie's not stupid. He saw what Mia was doing. And it's like if I saw a guy that was trying to get my attention, trying to turn me on, trying to get me to actually hypnotize him while we're in a situation to get one over on my boyfriend, husband, whoever. No, I'm not sitting here looking you in the eye because I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, and I'm not even playing that game. I'm not even playing that game because you want me to look you in the eye so you can try to turn me on. I'm not playing that game. I'm not interested in you. No, I'm not looking at your eye. It has nothing to do with being a puppet to my man or bowing down to my wife. It's just about showing respect. I think Eddie saw the game Mia was trying to play, and he's like, I'm not playing. I'm not playing this. I'm not playing this. Why? Look you in the eye, what? So you can start oozing, so you can give me the F me eyes, so you can try to see if you can kind of catch me slipping and make me forget what I'm saying and maybe keep my sentence a little bit too more. That's what Mia wanted to do, and she's mad that Eddie wouldn't give her any play, and that's why she said you act like you're scared of your wife, because Mia is used to having a sexual hold. Oh, and when I say sexual, I don't mean she's actually sleeping with people, but she knows how to turn it on and ooze. You saw when she met Ray, when she was like, hi, Ray. And Ray was like, ooh, who's this woman coming into my house? Mia is used to that. She used to work. She is trained in those arts. Eddie saw what he was doing. And it's weird, the fact that you're saying you act like you're scared of your wife. Mia, what does your husband do? What type of relationship do you have with your husband? Because to me, Eddie, and let me know if I'm wrong, right? Right? To me, Eddie, right? Okay, maybe Samara, but it would actually be better if I think it would actually be better if Mia was kind of on the outs with those girls for her to be taken seriously as a correspondent. I don't think the people that seriously watch Fox News and seriously watch MSNBC and seriously watch CNN, I mean the people that will keep you booked and are serious political things, I don't think they look too well on people coming on reality TV. I do think that there was any franchises that you could make the jump, Real Housewives of Potomac and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The bases have not been declassed, so you can still have both those jobs. But even then, it's stretching it. Even then, it's stretching this, right? But Wendy and Karen's issues was petty, and last thing, the climax was the slitter. They made the reunion. Yeah, I don't think they're watching Real Housewives of Potomac, right? Me and Porsha at the same time. Me and Porsha, maybe. Now, here's the thing, right? Wendy and Karen had minor issues last season, but let's not forget that Karen did try to ice Wendy out. There were minor issues because Wendy let it go. But don't forget last season, Wendy literally did try to ice Karen out. She tried to ice, Karen. Why can't I remember anybody's damn name? It's so late over here. Karen tried to ice Wendy out several times. She went to Giselle. She went to Robin. She said, Wendy's not a good look. Wendy doesn't fit into us. Wendy doesn't do this. Wendy doesn't do that. Right? She tried her best, but she couldn't get rid of Wendy. Then she decided to make an alliance with Wendy. Karen has a history of doing people dirty and thinking she can come back the next season and be their friend again. You saw what she's trying to do with Candace, right? The only thing is she doesn't realize that Candace wised up and she sees her game. And she did the same thing with Wendy. She came back and she's like, girl, it's bygones. Let's just move on. But again, I don't think that Wendy was aligning herself with Karen to ice out Giselle and Robin. I genuinely think that Wendy thought she could play the neutral person in the middle of all the mess. But the thing is, Robin, Karen, and Giselle do not do that neutral shit. You have to be a witness, but you cannot get involved if you're going to be neutral. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm Morgan. What's up, girl? I go in, creator said last Wednesday ago, I actually liked Wendy. I liked her, right? Eddie wrote N.A., not Maya. Yeah, you guys also, Eddie didn't write Maya. She put non-applicable, right? And for me to be like, don't you better not. I mean, honestly, if you saw your husband or thought he was writing the name of a girl you couldn't stand, you would let them show that sign, or would you be like, if you don't, you know what I'm saying? Please. No. You want to hear something? That whole because she's Simon and Hush Puppy are cousins. I'm gonna hurt you. And look at your Abby. You look so pretty in your Abby, but you look so playful too. The way you were like, let me tell you something, right? I do believe that last season, Karen should actually explain herself. I do believe when she said, if you look at us and look at Wendy, Wendy doesn't fit. Wendy doesn't go. I don't know. Those statements, and I don't want to call anybody colors because y'all gonna be calling me colors next week, right? Because that's just the way it goes. But it struck me as, yeah, I was like, oh, it's not sitting right. It's not sitting right in my soul. And you know what the weird thing is I wanted to talk to this about too? I'm not calling anyone colorist, but have you noticed that when Wendy was explaining to Giselle why she doesn't mess with Mia, and when Mia was like, TikTok, I got time to, I'm sorry, why do I keep confusing Mia and Wendy? When Wendy was explaining why she doesn't mess with Mia, and Wendy was like, I got time today, TikTok, Mia, right? And when she was doing that, yeah, she was being funny. Yeah, she was doing whatever. But it rubbed me the wrong way that every time Giselle imitates Wendy, she puts a really aggressive, hard slam on it. So when they were telling Ashley what happened, right? Because Giselle is aggressive with her words. Ashley is aggressive with her words. Candace is aggressive with her words. Karen is aggressive with her words. Wendy is aggressive. The only person not aggressive with their words is Robin. But Robin will still get you shade, but she doesn't get aggressive with her words. When Giselle was imitating her, she was like, yeah, Ashley. And she was like, yeah, I'm Zim Win. I got time today. She literally was imitating Wendy like Wendy was like Debo from Friday. And it just rubs me the wrong way that every single time Giselle imitates Wendy, she adds this really manly, aggressive, like Wendy could be like, I got time. Because honestly, this is the way Wendy talks. I have time today, Mia. So TikTok, Mia. But Wendy, like whatever. But Giselle always puts her in a very hard, super aggressive, like this. And I was like, is that the way you see Wendy? And Wendy's not like that. So it makes me think, why don't you ever put that tone when you're talking about what Karen does? Why don't you put that tone when you're talking about Ashley? Again, I don't want to start it because I know y'all going to be in the comments. Next week, y'all might drag me too. But I don't know. I just didn't like that, right? Well, Giannis said, no, because I just described how Giselle did the same thing. So are y'all listening in this chat? I'm just wondering, right? Right? Does that what? Oh, does she? Okay, ACE. I'll cut Giselle some slack. I'll cut it because now that there's been a conversation about colorism in the Real Housewives of Potomac, I'm watching like this. I'm on like Kevin Samuels, just watching. Every scene that comes on, what was that? Rewind it. Turn the volume up. Oh, okay. All right. What'd they say? What? Oh, all right. Literally, ever since, okay, so maybe Giselle wasn't being colorist. Maybe she does it with everyone. But every conversation I hear now with Real Housewives of Potomac, I'm sitting ready. I'm watching because I'm like, no, we're not going to do this. We're not going to turn this into Basketball Wives, where before they're like, colorism doesn't exist. And you got Kristen, the one brown skin girl, being like, I've never experienced colorism. What is she talking about? Maybe it's not because you're brown skin. Maybe it's because you're not attractive. No, we're not doing the Basketball Wives shit. We are not doing that, right? We are not doing that. Yeah. Listen, the green-eyed bandits are still, you can't sit with us. That's one of the reasons we like the green-eyed bandits, but we can't say you can't sit with us because of skin color. That's all. And again, if ACA says that Giselle's always like that, I don't remember her being all like that, but I'll let that go. Karen was not upset when Mia was neutral and said Giselle had beautiful heart. However, Robin was when she told Wendy, why did she not help us at Never Care? Okay, so here's the thing. Karen was not upset when Mia was neutral, but how can you say that when we see the preview for the next clip? When Mia said to Karen, you can't tell me who to be friends with. That's what it looked like. So Karen was a little bit upset. And get this, Wendy went a little bit too far trying to stay neutral because Karen and Robin were trying to tag team. Giselle and Robin were trying to tag team Karen. And Wendy stepped in to defend Karen. That's no longer being neutral. Because if you're really neutral, you would have sat there like Candace did, like Mia did, like who else? Like Candace, Mia, and Ashley, and like Ashley did. Again, I'm not saying that what Wendy did was bad. I am saying that she did not read the room. Giselle and Karen hate each. You ever see two people that hate each other so much that when you are neutral, it blows up in your face? You either have to pick a side or you stay completely quiet. You don't even comment on anything. You just watch them go at it. Because if you say, hey, take it easy, the other person will be on your ass. Like, how dare you tell me to take it easy? It's almost like the person that jumps in to break up the fight, and then they're the ones that end up getting swung on by both people. That's all I'm saying, right? No one picked Mia, even though she acted like all the men desired her. Listen, I couldn't believe Ron made those comments about Giselle's house. True. I don't know. No one picked Mia. Listen, okay, each buddy. Listen, Mia thinks that, yeah, but I'll be honest with you, London, and get me straight. Before any of this met, this is just, we're hypothetically. I'm not saying that cast is colorist. I'm saying that last year, the way they treated Candace and the way Robin and Giselle denied that the fact that part of the reason Candace was getting so much hate is because Candace was darker than the other girls. That's all I'm saying. And I do believe that's true. A lot of the hate that Candace got for being a spoiled brat, for having a mouth, for doing this and that, I think it was because she had darker complexion, because technically she was less offensive to me than Ashley. But my whole point is, with the colorist statement, you guys, I know people that have, okay, I don't know them personally, but I've seen them. I've read about them. And actually I do know two people that married people outside of their race, and the person outside of the race has very negative thoughts about all people that are not their husband, wife, or kids. Do you see what I'm saying? Can we please stop acting like somebody cannot marry someone outside of their race? Like a black woman marry a white man, or a white man marry let's even take black and white. Any race, and then another race marry, and then that person has love for their wife, love for their kids, love for their husband, love for their kids, but looks down very, very negatively. I mean, for God's sakes, how many people voted for Trump and then was shocked? Google if you don't believe me, shocked that their husband or wife got deported. They were literally married to someone that was in the country illegally, and their husband or wife got deported, and they were shocked as a Trump voter because they said, I thought that he was going to deport all the bad ones, not my husband, not my wife. People do these things all the time. That's sometimes why mixed kids, no matter what they're mixed with, grow up. I mean, most of them grow up to be great, of course, but a lot of them sometimes grow up with issues because they were not accepted by one side of the family, or their mom or dad had very negative views about the other half of their culture, and it really stuck with them. You know what's that? So you know what I'm saying, right? Tosh Grant. What are you talking about? What's going on? Thanks, creators. I don't know what's going on. But you guys know what I'm saying. So again, for people to be like, oh, for Giselle and Robin to be like, that's ridiculous. People went after us too. It reminds me of sometimes when you're in mixed company and you tell someone like, yo, that security guard stopped me because they're racist. And that people around you are like, are you sure just because it was this and this and this? It's like, if you do not suffer from something, you have no right to tell someone that they did not experience it. If I've not suffered, right? Oh, wait, sorry, just to clarify, I meant Giselle always exaggerates everything. I do agree with you on colorist behaviors. Oh, okay, ACE. Okay. I was like, yeah, listen, I honestly believe if I do not suffer from something, I cannot tell you that your experience is invalidated, because how would I know? Right? If you are, I've always wanted to be super, super tall, right? I'm only 5'8". I've always wanted to be super tall, like 5'11", 5'12", right? I've always wanted to be super tall. But if I talk to somebody and they're just like, girl, being tall is no joke, blah, 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 I cannot invalidate. Or if you say, oh, well, I got picked on, I cannot invalidate you because I've never experienced it. So for Giselle and Robin to be completely invalidating what Candace was saying for something that you've never experienced, it literally was like if I had somebody that wasn't Black invalidating my experience, where it's like, how would you know? How would you know what the police do? How would you know what happens? How would you know what happens at work? You're not Black. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know. It's always like iffy, right? Yeah, one tall girl. Candace might be entitled, but why is it with Dorit? It's cool. Why is it with Paris Hilton? It's cool. Why is it with, what's her name? The girl from New York, Tinsley. That was cute. Again, I don't want to get into this. I'm just saying that you can take people on paper and give them Candace's mouth and give them Candace's wealth and give them Candace's entitlement and give them Candace's wit. And you just take away Candace's skin color and their fan favorites. That's all I'm saying. So if I can put on a piece of paper and put down all these attributes and then makes you a fan favorite, and then I add in, oh, and you're a brown skin girl, and then all of a sudden everybody hates you. I mean, again, it is what it is. I don't see any other rational explanation. You know, I don't. Hey, Reggie. Yes, exactly, Reggie. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of selective racism, right? A lot of selective racism where you might go and you might be dating someone, right, that's of a different race. And I'm sure you've seen it, because that's the thing when people are attractive, right? If somebody finds you attractive, yeah, they'll date you. Yeah, they'll be attracted to you. You might even be a nice person. They bring you home. You meet the parents. They think you're charming, but it only extends to you. They don't respect other people that look like you. It only extends to you. Perfect, Reggie. Selective racism. You know, and you're cool because they know Reggie. Reggie's attractive. Reggie's polite. Reggie's good looking. Reggie can make us laugh. You know, Reggie has Gemini steez. Great. However, it only extends to you. Do you know what I'm saying? It only extends to you, right? Yes. But again, I don't think, if you take who Candace is and go to any franchise and even look at socialites, it's applauded. It's laughed at. Paris Hilton's entitlement. Got her whole show. She's a cultural icon. Seriously, let's look at the Kardashians' entitlement. But even on Real Housewives, let's look at Tinsley. Let's look at Lisa Vanderpump. Let's look at Dorit. Let's look at Ramona Singer. Ramona Singer is horrible. Ugh, she's disgusting, right? I saw like one episode that just happened. I was like, I'm done with this franchise. I was so disgusted. She went to the bathroom on the floor. Not a number one, but a number two. But anyway, to my point, guys, right? To my point, and I'm going to wrap it up. To my point, if you just take all that and you erase Candace's skin color, she'd be a fan favorite. There's lots of fan favorites that are literally on paper, except for the skin color, right? Because Ashley barks at people and taunts people in their own homes. Candace had enough respect to argue with Monique at her house. She's more self-destroyed than anyone on the show. Emily, I agree with you, because I don't know what everybody else said, but the girls were going off on Candace, and they were always playing her, dismissing her, and disrespecting her. I'm the type of person where it's like, I don't need you to like kiss my butt, but if I give you respect, give me respect back. The same base level. You don't have to be like, oh my God, but you know, if I'm nice to you and I don't raise my voice at you, please don't raise your voice at me. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's that. So let's listen. Are we missing anything else up in the recap? So we went through Candlegate. Mia's out of her mind. She's another Simon Gabodia. But the weird thing about it was the way she tried to spin it. As soon as she was caught in a lie, after she got done living in a lie for 2 days, as soon, right? Now, what happened? Wendy's not subtle. She went off. Listen, Wendy needs to realize lines are drawn. I see by Porsha Key King with Giselle, and this is why Giselle said she wanted a man like Simon. well, Giselle likes big uglies too, right? But this is why she said she wanted a man like Simon, because Giselle has no discernment. And Jamal, I think, is a covert narcissist. And she's used to dealing with narcs. That's why he stole her beauty. He stole her life, right? Yeah, you know what? You're right. I am wasting my breath. They're invested in their hatred of Candace. But you guys, this is a Candace. I like Candace. I think she's utterly charming. I love the way she handled that conversation with Karen. You see what a great intellect can and a great communicator Candace is when she pulled her emotions back, and she was like, yeah, but why would you abandon me in the time I needed you the most? She is such an effective communicator. She is so good at what she does. I really, 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 really like Candace. I think, but again, I can take people with strong personalities. They tickle me. I think they're funny. We get along great. But I don't know. Candace is a really powerful communicator. She's a really nice person. The funny thing is with Chris's kids and Candace, they seem that they genuinely grew a real relationship. The kids are still a little bit shy around her, but I think it's the cameras, because they're super, super comfortable. When Candace was helping the little girl with the homework and the little boy came, they're super, super comfortable, and it's more believable than someone like meeting the kids. And after a month, it's like, I love you. You're my new stepdaughter. And again, you want to say those things because it sounds nice. But when you really do have a blended family, it takes time. You can be like, listen, I got you. I love you. I'll be there for you. But it takes time for the kids to grow. It takes time for the kids to grow those bonds, for the kids to actually mess with you. And that's why I appreciate the fact that Candace you can tell she put a lot of work into it, right? Yeah. Yes, I agree. Candace is not mean until someone comes for her first. Candace has a Saggy mind. She does not start that ship, but she will end it. She will end it. She will end that shade. And I appreciate that too. I think I'm like that. It's like, I'm like, no. I don't want to argue. Can we please move on? No. I'm fine. No. Can we move on? But then it's just like, all right, bitch, let's go. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, so I understand where it's like, can you please? I come in peace. No. Let's get ice cream, If it's Samara, girl. Listen, Samara, was it mean when Ashley started a rumor that Karen was cheating on Ray with old blue eyes? And what proof did Ashley has that one of Ashley's employees saw Karen 3 a.m. across the street from her kangaroo meat restaurant in a pizza parlor that they own, with Karen tonguing down old blue eyes, which was a blue-eyed white man at the pizzeria? Does it sound logical that Karen Huger is out at 3 a.m. without Ray? And wait, even with Ray, does it make sense that Karen Huger is out at 3 a.m. drunk at a pizza parlor, publicly making out with a man with blue eyes for everybody in Potomac to see? Karen Huger, who's obsessed with her image and status. Now, does that make sense, Samara? Does it make sense that Monique got drunk and drove her car into a tree and drank so much that it caused her to miscarriage? Does it make sense that Ashley saw the woman Juan was cheating with, but did not know a name, did not know an address, did not know anything, but had it on good authority that Juan was cheating? Remember when Robin almost stabbed Ashley at the plate? Does that make sense? Does it make sense? So when you're saying if it's mean, it's not shade, Ashley does mean, destructive things that destroy people's family, and people laugh and say that it's shade. Karen literally accused Giselle of having a nervous breakdown, and being an old washed up dried hoe, or whatever she said, an old hoe from Hampton U. Was that mean or was that shade? My point is, they all get vicious. Candace does not start with people, but she will finish it. That's all I'm saying, right? Karen likes to drink. Watch her on Live with Monique last year. She was a sloppy drunk. Listen. Hey, Tosh. To me, Karen's mouth is the most lethal because all she spews is lies. I used to stand I used to stand for Karen, but she's become obsessed with being a fan favorite, a substitute for a social climate and battalion. I agree. She has. And the thing is, I still have love for Karen. The only thing that stops me from truly going in on Giselle's side is the fact that I do remember that season when Karen's parents were dying and Karen had the nervous breakdown on the reunion stage. That broke my heart. And none of them, not Giselle, not Robin, not Ashley, none of them would stop. Giselle's the only one that even got up and gave her a hug, even though by that time it was like too little too late. But you feel what I'm saying. Y'all feel what I'm saying, right? Listen, Red Lily, I heal you. Karen has not. Yeah, but again, with Karen, when you're like, oh, it's not a drag, Samia, oh, it's not a drag. If it's mean, I agree, but all those ladies are mean. And Karen just lies. Again, I don't think that Karen is a clapback queen this year because to your point, Taj Grad, if I can say anything I want out my mouth out of you, it's like if we're playing La La Land and I'm like, you're a big doo-doo head stinky astronaut. It's like, what are we doing? Like it has to be based in reality for the clapbacks to actually be clapbacks. You know what I'm saying? There you go, we're saying. So yeah, so there we go. Ashley is the most vile person we cast so far. Ashley, listen, motherhood, I always go through this roller coaster with Ashley. She's vile. She gets pregnant. She keeps the baby in her lap. She knows the baby rehabs the image, so she keeps that baby close. And then when the baby's away, she goes back to her old thing. So yeah, 100%. Anyway, right? Anyway, listen, y'all, I have to get out of here. It was so fun hanging with you guys. I am going to be finally getting back to tarot tomorrow for like 2 hours every day because even though I am on vacation, I'm posting a lot more stuff. I'm trying to stay more consistent so that I do my tarot 3 times a week and I go on live 2 times a week. And hopefully I can get you guys a video in and out of there. I'm working on travel videos to see if you guys like them. And I think next time I do the mess, I'm going to be doing my makeup. So when I'm going to talk shit while I'm getting ready to go out or getting ready to like take pictures or stuff like that. All right. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for rocking with you guys. And I will see you guys for tarot tomorrow. If you want to come, if not, I'll post my next live this week. And let me know, you guys know in the comments what you want me to talk about or if you guys have any ideas. I am still researching Fallon's plot twist. And also, I'm researching a few other things too. So hopefully I have something good. But thank you so much for rocking with you guys so late. And also, I'm going to try to start doing these lives earlier. Before everybody goes, let me know, do you guys like doing lives earlier? I'm thinking about starting to do them Eastern Standard Time, like maybe 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Does that work for everybody? Because that way the UK and the overseas people, B and all those people, you guys can actually get, right? You guys can actually get it right. So we'll see. Listen, Wendy's degrees do mean something. If marrying a rich man means something, hell yeah, busting your ass and getting 4 degrees, becoming a professor and being on CNN and like Fox News and stuff, it definitely means something. I stand Wendy's accomplishment. All right. A Suji chick said, I will allow it. Jewel Jones, okay, I'm going to get the travel videos up. Just be ready for pretty scenery, and you're going to see me doing voiceovers. Like, yeah, so anyway, we're about to go do this shit. Let's go eat, blah, 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 blah. All right? Yeah, keep paid trolls, right? Good night, B. B, my next live I'm going to do earlier so that we can have more UK people in and you don't have to stay up late, all right? I'll talk to everybody later. Bye, everybody.